What is going on, everybody? It is Tyler here, and when you hear that rad music going on in the background, you know what time it is. That's right, let's get jumping right in to the Keyblade Master Podcast. What's going on, everybody? Hope you like that new intro. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. But guys, as you can see from the title, we've got one major talking point today on the podcast, and I've talked about Call of Duty in a previous podcast when I was referring to the Modern Warfare Remastered being released as its own separate game. Now I want to talk about Call of Duty as a whole. I want to kind of I've been wanting to do this for a while because I'm a big Call of Duty fan, as you guys know, and I wanted to address some of the negativity and positivity the game has been getting over the last couple years, and basically just talk about what could change in the near future. Now, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Infinite Warfare was not the greatest Call of Duty ever. It wasn't. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. However, it was not the worst. I stand by that statement very strongly because, guys, Ghost is probably my least favorite Call of Duty. In my opinion, it is the worst in the series. That is just my opinion. I just believe that Ghost just did not deliver on the scale it needed to, and that's why so many other things, with multiplayer and all this kind of stuff. I didn't really like Ghost, and to me, it's one of the worst Call of Duty games. Today, I want to talk about things Infinite Warfare did right and things that it did wrong. I want to start with the positive things. So, come launch of Infinite Warfare, it was there, the fans played it, I played it, got into it for a little bit, and then for whatever reason, me, personally, I played it for a solid week. Just coming back, from school, from classes and all that, coming back, hopping on, playing a couple games, doing all that good stuff. And I felt like, I didn't feel connected to it. I didn't feel the need to go ahead and just grind it out like I felt the need to in Black Ops 3. I just didn't feel the need to. And I was like, why? So that started the whole thing. Everyone's going back to Black Ops 3, doing whatever, they got to do. At the time, I didn't just get my PlayStation, but I had it, and I was like, I just got Black Ops 3, and I was basically starting over with Black Ops 3. So I was having a bunch of fun on that, just kind of doing everything over again, unlocking guns, camos, challenges, reticles, calling cards, all that good stuff. And I went to Black Ops 3 for a lot of the time, and I just felt like, okay, I can play this. I'm going to get into this more than Infinite Warfare. Little did I know, that was the trend when Infinite Warfare was out amongst most of the community. So many Call of Duty players went from Infinite Warfare, the newest game in the series, and went back to Black Ops 3. And then you had that small dedicated fan base who was always going Modern Warfare Remastered, reliving the olden days of Call of Duty, which is fine. But then it was just weird. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Why is this? So that's kind of where this kind of thing is coming from, because in the past year, so many people have been flocking to Black Ops 3, and they've been playing it more than Infinite Warfare, the newest entry in the series. And, people are saying it's such a bad Call of Duty, the records for it shows, the reviews show, all that kind of stuff, whatever. But what made it good? I want to go ahead and address that now, because I tell people this all the time. I tell my good friends who this is the first time they haven't bought a Call of Duty in a while. And they always ask me, Tyler, how is it? Well, here's the thing. Infinite Warfare does many things right. And let me go ahead and say the main thing they do right, because I feel that this is the most important. It rewards season pass holders. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so basically what Infinite Warfare does is if you are a season pass owner, which entitles you, if you pay for the season pass, you get access to all 4 DLC map packs for free. That's what the $50 is for. You get a discounted price. You save, I think, $10 if you were to buy the map packs each on its own and separately and all that. But and then, of course, Infinite Warfare has weapon variants. They added new weapons and all that good stuff. Well, when Infinite Warfare said they were going to be releasing new weapons, I was like, oh heck yeah, dude! I'm gonna hop on that. Go in the black or the quartermaster. I keep calling it the black market, the quartermaster, and try for those weapons. The thing is, if you were a season pass owner, you got the base weapon for free. And I saw that and I'm like, okay, that's a very, very good thing to do. That's very cool. That's one thing I would have wished Black Ops 3 rewarded their season pass owners with, but they didn't. Infinite Warfare, on the other hand, gave people who paid the extra money for the map packs, who paid basically Infinity Ward and Activision this money and put their faith into these map packs, said, here's some weapons that we want to give you guys because this is how we want to show our support to those who go the extra mile in buying the season pass. I thought that was really, really cool. A lot of the good things I want to talk about Infinite Warfare, they kind of stem from supply drops, the Quartermaster, and all that good stuff. That was one thing they did right. They gave away free weapons for season pass owners, and there was a way for you to unlock them via challenges if you weren't a season pass owner, which is really, really cool because a lot of the challenges had to deal with challenges from a weapon class that the DLC weapon was from. So if the new DLC weapon was an SMG and you wanted to unlock it, you had to get a certain number of kills with SMGs. So you know if you're interested in the weapon that they're offering you and you're an SMG fan and like using SMGs a lot, then it's going to be worth the reward when you get like the 200 or however many kills it was before you got that weapon. And that's the thing. It didn't cost you money to go into the black market, Quartermaster, whatever you want to call it, try for that weapon, to play all these games and spend so much time invested into the game and try to get the new weapon. Infinite Warfare came and said, here's a challenge for you if you're not a season pass owner. Go ahead, get so many kills with this assault rifle, with this SMG, etc., etc. If you get this certain number of kills or beat this challenge or whatever, boom, we're going to give you this weapon, the base weapon, which is good enough. And people see weapon variants and they're like, oh, well, it's basically pay to win because then, you know, some weapons do more damage and this, and that. The weapon variants of Infinite Warfare, I don't feel are pay to win. Most of like the first tier abilities that you get, like the very common weapon variants you get, basically deal with, I think, I don't know the names of the abilities, but to give you guys an example, there's an ability where if you get a double kill or a triple kill or something like that, your magazine is instantly reloaded. It's subtle things like that. It's not an advanced warfare weapon variant where your damage is scaled up to like 4 on a weapon that did like, 9 damage or something like that. It really isn't like that. The higher tier weapon variants for some of the guns have the deatomizer strike, which is basically the nuke. You get 25 kills, you go on a 25 kill streak with the gun, then you get this deatomizer strike which kills the entire enemy team and all that kind of stuff. So it's subtle things like that that are cool to have, but are most definitely not necessary in order to like get better at the game or do better or have an OP weapon. I don't think that's the case. They just recently I think Infinite Warfare recently added new snipers and shotguns. Before that, I think it was the Trencher and the Auger, which was an SMG and an LMG. And then they added a bunch of I think they added a new pistol. This is all in the past, guys. A new pistol, a fully automatic pistol, which was implemented into zombies. They also added a couple new assault rifles and a couple new SMGs, and yeah. Now, they added these DLC weapons in. And as you guys know, Infinite Warfare has a zombies game mode, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But with each new zombies map that they came out with, they implemented these new weapons in the map, which I thought was really, really cool. Now, Black Ops 3 did this to an extent. They did this with, I believe, Zetsubo Noshima, when the new weapons were kind of becoming like a big thing. They added the Marshals, the shotgun pistol and all that kind of stuff. They added that to the zombies map. But in Infinite Warfare, they continually add new weapons to even older zombies maps. The new shotgun that was recently added with Infinite Warfare, it's in not the newest DLC map. Well, actually, it's in the new DLC map because it's a new DLC, it's a new map, and they have the weapons in there. But they put it in the older maps, which I thought was really, really cool. That's like my biggest thing when I'm talking about Infinite Warfare. The weapon system is really, it's done right. It really is done right. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the negative things that Infinite Warfare did. And to kind of keep this kind of concise and shorter than I'd like it to be, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the things that I don't like about Infinite Warfare. I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I don't have any Infinite Warfare zombies on my channel simply because I am not a huge fan of it. That's not to say it's a bad game mode and it should never have existed. No. I am just not a fan of it. I don't feel the need to go back into Zombies in Spaceland and play it or do whatever I have to do in it. I never feel the need to do that. Now, of course, with Black Ops 3 and Treyarch Zombies, I go back and I play often. I don't feel the need to go back to Infinite Warfare Zombies because I feel it's just not... It's a fun game mode. I'm going to give it that. It's very unique. And even though it uses some elements from Treyarch Zombies, it's still kind of different. And it's its own thing, which I can really respect, because we don't want just a copy and paste of Treyarch Zombies into an Infinity Ward game. That just wouldn't, I don't see that working. But they have their own game mode, and it's something that's there. To me, it's just something that's there. When you're kind of tired of multiplayer, you've already beaten the campaign like I have, you want to take a break from multiplayer, you go play a match of Zombies. You go to get to like a, whatever round or whatever, looking for some of the really hidden secrets in Infinite Warfare Zombies. Do that. You get a couple crypto keys from it, which I think is the coolest thing. I really think how it's cool. You get crypto keys from that. That's really cool. And since we're talking about Zombies, I want to go ahead and say I don't think it was the smartest idea for Infinity Ward to connect the weapon ranking system in between Zombies and multiplayer. I just am not super on board with that idea, because literally I remember going into Zombies and seeing that my ERAD was like max rank. After I've played like 4 or 5 matches of Zombies in Space. This is when the game first came out. And I'm like, why is my ERAD max rank? I barely used it in Zombies. And it turns out the weapon ranks are connected between multiplayer and Zombies. So I was like, well, what's the point, Because then I believe you can do it vice versa, where you can basically rank up a weapon in Zombies, just buy it off the wall, kill a bunch of zombies with it, rank it up once or twice, get that attachment you want, go back to multiplayer, have it there, and then you're good. I believe that's how it works. It was like that at one point. I don't know if they fix it. I think I went on Infinite Warfare just the other day I went on to play the DLC that got a trailer the day the DLC came out, which that's another story for another day. And actually, we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about that towards the end here. But yeah, that's just like my biggest thing about Infinite Warfare, is that the Zombies mode just did not appeal to me. It may appeal to a bunch of other people, but to me, it just wasn't there. I go back and play it every now and then. If some friends of mine want to go ahead and play it and just experience it just for something different, then we'll do it, But I don't go back every day wanting to, gotta play Infinite Warfare Zombies, gotta play me some Raven the Redwoods or Shell and Shuffle. I'm not like that. I really am not like that. Also, this is a very minute thing. The costumes you get from the basic challenges on your combat rig in multiplayer, in my opinion, they're not the greatest to look at. I don't think they're the most detailed. I just think they look ugly. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Black Ops 3 Specialists, the gear you unlocked via the challenges, like the main gear you unlocked, not from the black market, it was really cool. And of course you got some of the best ones, like, when you were doing like the very last challenges, the very last gear you unlock is probably one of the best. And I even remember some middle gear, I know, like for a couple specialists that I really liked kind of better than like the last ones. But Infinite Warfare, I just feel the gear you put on your combat rig is just, like, I'd rather just run with the base stuff, because some of this stuff, it doesn't look great. I just don't think it looks that good. It definitely does not look good enough for me to go into a game and trying to get 80, whatever the challenge may be with whatever combat rig, a weapon, or ability you're using. It's just, to me, it's just not worth it. Infinite Warfare isn't a bad game. It's definitely not the best Call of Duty. It's not the worst Call of Duty. And I just want to go ahead and say that because I know a lot of people are just saying, it's the worst Call of Duty ever. It's so bad. And if that's your opinion, then that's your opinion. And I totally agree with that. You know, I'm not going to say I agree with it, you know, but I can understand where people are coming from. You know, some people just do not like it. They don't want to play it. I understand where the people are coming from with what I'm trying to say here. But I just really, see, I don't want to be the one guy who says it's a bad game and that's it. I like to give reasoning, you know, and I've given you guys 20 minutes worth of reasoning, and some of you guys are just like, oh, you know, whatever. But that's just the thing, like, that's my way of thinking. And before I go out, I want to talk a little bit about Modern Warfare Remastered. And I know, like I said, I've talked about this before, but this is something a little different. This isn't referring to the release of it. This is just the game in general. You know, with the fall, you know, coming up, the new Call of Duty is coming out. It's not the end of Infinite Warfare's life cycle. It's not the end, you know, of the new Call of Duty yet. I like to give it this where is it now type deal. And Modern Warfare Remastered, it's just, it's also not, you know, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It brings back the classic feel of the original game. But I feel that, you know, there's just so much else out there that the remaster, that it's like it's a poor game who's kind of outshadowed by the competition. Like I said before in this podcast, Black Ops 3 has probably the highest play rate out of all the Call of Duties right now, just because it's accessible, it appeals to a lot of other people, there's a bunch of other stuff people do, and all these different things contribute to the reason why Black Ops 3 is like the most played Call of Duty now. Modern Warfare Remastered, my only thing I want to say about that, for why I don't think it's really as good, they really needed to change things up. And they did that. They had a great idea, and they put it in. They put Prop Hunt in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I saw that, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. Me and my friends, we played it a little bit, you know, got the swing of it, and it was awesome. And for whatever reason, I wasn't looking close enough, but I only saw that Prop Hunt would be a weekend-only playlist. So come Monday, it would be gone. And I saw that, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, I guess. The thing is, I see this as a way of saying, okay, so if players come to play on the weekend and we had this really cool new playlist, they'll play the playlist, this Prop Hunt thing, which is a super popular game right about now, or, you know, a type of game, I should say. People are going to come to it, play the game again, play our game again, and then get hooked on the game and then play it some more. But that wasn't the case. People went on the weekend playlist, played Prop Hunt. When Monday came, they went back to whatever game they were playing, you know? So my thing with that is, if they were to take these really cool game modes that they have and make them a permanent thing, then it would be a really cool game. Because the thing is, amongst all these remasters, if you just port a Xbox 360 game, remaster it, copy and paste, boom, now it's on your next-gen console, enjoy. You may have some people who say, oh, cool, I really love this game in the past. It got a new graphic enhancements, you know, better buildings, you know, all this kind of stuff, whatever, really nothing new. I'm fine with it. I'm going to play it. See, I'm like this in a sense, and it depends on what the game is. But with Modern Warfare Remastered, I felt that, okay, you're back. That's awesome. When it came out, a lot of people played it, you know, all this kind of stuff, whatever. But you got to give me something new here, you know? The variety map pack, you guys know how I feel about that. The whole thing was just not, I didn't think that was cool at all. I went ahead and bought it because I felt like I had to get more content from the game. But the whole point of it, I just didn't like. Modern Warfare Remastered has brought about all these really cool new interesting game modes. They have the Days of Summer event going on right about now, this podcast going up. And that's really it. They did some variations of maps in the past. They had Christmas Crash. They have Beach Bog right about now. All these cool stuff. But it's not going to be there come a few weeks. It's going to be gone. And then it's just going to be Modern Warfare Remastered like it was before the events happened. There's not going to be a permanent prop hunt, which I really think if they did it, people would play the game a lot more. And if they played it more than a weekend, they'd probably get hooked on the game again and be like, okay, okay, now it's time I go back and rank up this gun, try to get this gun out the black, I don't even know what they call it in Modern Warfare Remastered. We're just gonna call it the black market because that's where it all started, guys. So yeah, but Modern Warfare Remastered, it's not a bad game. It offers all these kind of things, and it appeals to different people, and different people play it now for different reasons. Some people go back and play with their friends just for the nostalgia feeling. Some just absolutely love the game and just absolutely love playing it like they did back in the day. So guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for me. I know this was a really long podcast, but I just felt like, I just wanted to talk about Call of Duty because, so basically, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and before the podcast, I had no platform to do that on. When I got the podcast and I talked about Modern Warfare Remastered, and I was like, you know what? I really want to do this episode in the future where I just kind of talk about the most recent games and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of have a discussion about it. And I'm really glad I had that. I'm really glad I started the podcast. If you guys are enjoying them, I greatly appreciate if you hit that like button. That means a lot if you are enjoying them, by the way. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more podcasts and videos coming you guys' way. But yeah, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I felt like I needed to, and the biggest thing is I wanted to do it. I wanted to talk about the series, what I liked about it, because I never really did get a chance to tell you guys how I felt about it. And I like expressing my opinion. It's cool, to do that, to let you guys know what I think. And if you guys have anything, what do you guys think of Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered? I'm curious to know what you guys think of those two games in the comments below. Go ahead and let me know if there is anything, any kind of relevant topic, where whether it relates to movies, TV shows, games, anything like that. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to talk about it. Guys, I'm also in the process of getting a Discord set up. I think I mentioned that in the last podcast, maybe not. Maybe I'm blanking out for a minute here. But I'm getting started with a Discord group, so once I get that kick-started and rocking and rolling, I will gladly, if you guys are willing to join, I would love to have a podcast where you guys, the fans, come on and we just kind of talk about whatever. That'd be awesome to have you guys come on and just kind of interact with the fans. That's what I love in fan engagement. I really like interacting with my fans. Also, I want to give a shout out to all the people who have been commenting, liking the video, all that good stuff, because you guys are the real MVPs. I really, really appreciate the support. The biggest thing is that you guys are enjoying my content. That's why I do it. I want to provide high quality entertainment for you guys. You guys have been awesome this last couple weeks. I know I've been putting up, I've been kind of like here and there with my upload schedule, and I'm really working on getting one. But things have just been crazy now, and I'm just glad that I'm uploading. So I want to get a solid upload schedule, guys, and yeah, once I get that all set up, I'm going to be doing Kingdom Hearts more often now. I'm going to get some live streams going back again, because live streams are so much fun, guys. I really enjoy doing them. And that's about it for this podcast. Like I said, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, as it does help out so much. If you are new to the channel and are looking for some rad new content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Lastly, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook fan page. Follow me on Twitch for when I go live and do some zombies live. I may even do some Kingdom Hearts live, hopefully. Maybe do a live stream episode. I really want to do that. And yeah, so that's going to do it for me, guys. Like I said, hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. And until then, peace out.